Well, good morning. Something very different for this video. I am actually out in Penticton, BC, and going to be hiking the Kettle Valley Trail. Just a couple of short day hikes in the morning before my wife gets up and we get active in our tourist day. This trail is quite famous out west. It's also part of the Trans-Canada Trail. This is a former railway line, and I'm hiking a couple of switchbacks up the side of the peak out of what's called the Naramata Bench, which is a well-known wine area and where I might be partaking of a little sip of the grappa or two while we're here. Spotted this along the side of the trail. Somebody's been rooting for termites or ants or whatever is in that tree. We can all guess what that is. And as you walk, every once in a while, as you go higher up the trail, it's a 2% grade all the way up. You get these tantalizing glimpses of Lake Okanagan. You always want to stop and look behind you too. What a beautiful view if I was coming down the rail right now. Looks like we're not the only ones who use this trail. Almost looks like a restaurant row for Hungry Bear. All these boulder piles. And then right beside it, big, huge, beautiful. So this is one of the steepest slopes I've seen so far, built over just a little cleft in the rocks, and it's probably, oh, I don't know, a good 120, 130 feet deep. And this is just one of them. It's still really nice and cool down here. The sun has not crested this ridge yet, but it probably will in the next 15 or 20 minutes. And a few meters further along the trail, another just huge boulder fill. That's cool. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up on video, but I could actually hear the wings beating. Pretty easy to understand the rattlesnake warning. I'm not sure how many of them are up here, but when you look at this kind of rock structure, no surprise at all. And the sun just cresting the ridge now in spots. We're headed to about 28 degrees today, maybe 29. So it's going to be nice and warm once that sun gets up there. Still a little bit of coolness now. And as always, everywhere you go up here, faint game trails through the forest. You know, when they first put this bench up, it probably had a really spectacular view 30 years ago. There's a little bit of wine country down below, the Naramata Bench. Well, this is kind of random. A couple of old, I'm not sure, oil cans maybe, or something, just off to the side of the trail. So it's heartening, or well, disheartening, but everywhere you go, we just leave our garbage. They look all big old tins of tomatoes or something like that, but I don't know. There are hundreds of these things here though, in this garbage pile among the rocks. Got a hydro transmission line through here with an ATV trail crossing over. Now moving into a section of the trail that's known as Rock Ovens Park. And I think the term rock ovens would be fairly self-explanatory. I'm not sure how much further we're going to go, at least today, but we'll keep going for about a half an hour more. This part of the trail is also accessible from a couple of other locations, so I think maybe probably gets a little bit more traffic too. And there's all these small trails that just run off the main trail as you move through Rock Oven Park. Main trail, a little bit of a side trail. One of the sightseeing choppers going by. Somebody's up for an early morning flight. Well, now I just hope that guy ain't up there waiting for me, because you got a long time to wait. Well, that's kind of cool. That cave looks like it goes back a ways. Down in under the rocks. And it does. I made lots of noise and approached this one really slowly because I don't know how far back it goes. Hard to tell for sure, but that's not a boot print. Might be a paw print. Not sure why that wood would be at the entrance there. That's just strange. But this particular boulder pile holds a bunch of cave-like areas. And one nice thing, there's a bathroom in a very scenic spot. So you don't even need to bring your little trail bags if you're out for the entire day. So as the sign shows, I made it as far as the Robinson Creek crossing. I was going to push up to the falls, but it's getting to be 9 o'clock. We've already done about 6K up the trail. So I'm going to head back. I want to get back around 10:45 or 11 so that Cheryl and I can start our day. It really has just been an absolutely gorgeous day for a hike. These are very pretty little orchids, and they grow along the sides of the trail. Really add a nice splash of color. Now that the sun is fully up, showing off the entire Lake Okanagan. And boy, just that view alone has been worth the entire hike. So, saw a local resident, a gentleman named Bob, and his dog Louie. Hope he doesn't mind me mentioning. Out on the trail this morning doing the same thing I am. Just out for a hike. Lives here, so it was great. I was able to ask him a couple of questions. There are some rattlesnakes along here, not nearly as many as there used to be, but there occasionally you'll see one. And he was actually out hoping he'd be able to spot a bear or something like that along the trail this morning. Didn't ask him whether they're black bears or grizzlies. I'm assuming probably most of them are going to be black bears, but I don't know. Anyway, it just confirmed what I thought. Definitely in good bear territory here. Somewhere down there's a woody. That sounds like a sizable one. So one little bit amusing thing about this hike is that the only wildlife I spotted today, other than some birds and chipmunks and stuff like that, was actually a pretty nice sized stag deer on the road on the way up here. But that's okay. Great morning anyway. Well, I think this is where we'll cut the video off. Beautiful view out the side window as we head back down to the car launch. The Kettle Valley Trail is absolutely gorgeous in the Naramata section. If you're ever out here, get out and give it a walk or a ride.